you spend too much time staring at your phone, then this yin yoga for your neck and shoulders is ideal for you. No judgment here. Grab a block and let's get started. We'll begin today seated in meditation pose. If you know that you like to sit up on a cushion or a block, please do so now. Or if you like to use props underneath your thighs to help elevate your legs a little bit. This is especially nice if your hips are tight, as we'll be sitting here for a few minutes. And once you get into a comfortable cross-legged seat, I invite you to draw your tailbone down into the mat. Lift your rib cage up and away from your hip bones as you inhale. And imagine someone was gently pressing down and pulling back on your shoulders, allowing your chest to open. Shoulders drift away from your ears as you lengthen through the sides of your neck. Top of head reaches up towards the sky. Sit as tall as you can. Take a few breaths to connect with your breath itself. As you inhale, allow the breath to flow into the low belly. It expands like a balloon. Exhale, release any control of the breath as you exhale. A few more on your own pace, doing your best to slow down your breath. Dip your chin towards your chest. Roll your head over towards the right so that your right ear comes to stack over right shoulder. Then roll all the way towards the other side. Chin dips back into chest. Left ear comes to stack over left shoulder. Roll all the way back over towards the right. And then stay here. Reach your left fingertips out away from you, just so they're touching the ground. Maybe they hover slightly off the mat. That's okay too. You want to keep your arm long here, whatever angle feels good, that you feel more of a stretch into the left-hand side of your neck. Start to say or nod with your head like a yes, lifting the chin up and down. Maybe find a bit more of a juicy stretch here. And if you find an area that has some tightness or some tension, I encourage you to pause, take a few breaths, allow this space to open. Bring your left hand back onto your thigh. Use your right fingertips on your temple to help push your head back up to center. Release your chin back towards your chest. Roll your head over towards the left. Stack left ear over shoulder. Roll your head over towards the right. Maybe you notice a bit more spaciousness, openness in this side. And back towards the left. Settling in here. Reach your right fingertips away from you, this arm long. It adds an extension to the stretch of the neck. Perhaps even feel it down into the front top of your shoulder. And then make a yes motion with your head, seeing if there's any other space that your body, your neck needs a little bit love in today. And settle into that space for a few breaths, just to feel. Bring your right hand back towards your thigh. Left fingertips come to the temple. Help your head back up. Dip your chin forward once more. Interlace your hands behind the back of your head. Think less of a pull and more of a gentle placement. Little stretch for the back of the neck. Release your grip. Send your chin up towards the sky. Stretch through the front of the neck. And chin comes back to neutral. Rock forward over your shins. Move your props to the side so you come into a tabletop position. Take a few cat-cows here. Bring a little bit of prana, your chi, life force energy back into your body. Dipping your belly towards the mat into cow. Exhale, round your spine into cat. Once more. Inhale, come back to center in neutral spine. Widen your knees ever so slightly. And as you inhale, reach your right fingertips up towards the sky. Spiral your chest open to the right. Exhale, thread your right arm underneath your torso, reaching underneath your left armpit. Settle the back of your right arm onto the mat. Thread the needle. Your left hand you may come to place a little ways from your face, just off of your mat, and gently press into the ground, twisting into this posture. Even though we're in a little bit of a contortion here, can you use your breath to help you soften at your edges? Release the holding that you have right now and see how your body supports you, even when you choose to let go just a touch farther. You have the option here to keep your hand just where it is, or reach your left fingertips up towards the sky. Drape your forearm behind your low back. Continue to press gently through the back of your arm, almost like you're trying to stack your left shoulder over your right, getting an opening through the front left-hand side of your shoulder. And if this feels like it's too much effort, you can always put your hand back down to the mat. Yogi's choice. You get to choose what intensity you feel today. Release your right hand back to the mat if it's not there already. Push firmly into the ground as you untwist. Right fingertips reach back up to the sky. Moment to check in. How do you feel as you reopen? Exhale, both hands to the mat. Come down onto your elbows. Make sure you have a block close by. And then walk your legs long behind you so that the front of your hips melt towards the ground into Sphinx pose. Shoulders are stacked over elbows. Forearms and fingertips are pointed long in front of you. I find it feels nice to widen the legs here to about mat width distance apart. Then give your bum a little bit of a wiggle to release through the low back. Dip your chin down towards your chest. An option here to roll your head from side to side, just like we did at the beginning of class. Or if stillness is calling you, use your block on its highest setting, Place it underneath your third eye. It might feel nice to have this flat or to place the block slightly on an angle, and release any holding of your neck whatsoever into the block. Let your shoulders ever so slightly glide up towards your ears, almost like you're shrugging your shoulders. Whatever helps you to release the most tension, stay there. Embrace the heaviness of your hips as they dip into the mat. Your ribcage may even pull down slightly as well. Heart shines forward. Slowly draw your head up and away from the block. Set it to the side. Draw your shoulders or your hands underneath your shoulders as you push yourself back up into a tabletop position. Re-widen the knees. This time, left fingertips reach up towards the sky. Exhale, thread left arm underneath your torso. Land into thread the needle. Right hand gently pushes you back in space, assisting you further into the shoulders. And settle in here, drawing your attention to whatever sensations you may feel in your chest, your upper back. Maybe you notice your breath and refill your belly with each inhale. Option to leave your right hand where it is, or reach right fingertips up towards the sky, bend into the elbow, forearm lands behind your low back. Like fingertips are trying to reach for the crease of your left hip, intending them there, but not forcing yourself into the posture, letting your body slowly open as right shoulder rolls back in space. Release your right hand back down to the mat. Press into the ground as you re-extend left fingertips up towards the sky. Place your left hand on the mat, tabletop. float into a cow pose and then take a few rolls of the shoulders here. Rolling the shoulders back, opening through the chest, bringing some chi back into the body. And settle your hips back. Shift your hips off of your heels so that you can extend your legs long in front of you. If you usually choose to use props in Caterpillar, you may choose to do so, but I encourage you today to try Caterpillar without any props. Start by relaxing through the legs. And then sitting tall, shoulders are stacked over your hips. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Hinge ever so slightly from your hips, like you're trying to stick your tailbone out behind you. And then continue to roll in on yourself. So chin continues to pull into chest. Your head starts to grow heavy as you fold forward. Hands can walk forward and rest gently on the legs or arms to sides, palms open. You want to have your elbows bent here to avoid pulling yourself into the pose and just naturally allowing your fascia, your deep muscle tissue, to determine where you land today. You may notice right away there's a sensation in the back of your neck, and over time the sensation can travel down your back, into your upper back, all the way to your lower. But this comes as you hold and practice one of the yin principles of being still. Imagine your head is as heavy as a bowling ball. It's what guides you further into this stretch. As your fascia begins to release and open, you may begin to dip a little bit farther forward. If you don't, that's okay too. Your body's telling you what your edge is today. Two more full breaths. Keep your chin into your chest as you press your hands into the mat. Use the help of your hands to help you unfold. Shoulders slowly come to restack over hips. Chin, head lifts up last. Take a beat or two to notice any sensations, what may be happening down the entire length, the backside of your body. How the backside of your shoulders feel, the back of your neck. Come to draw the soles of your feet together into a butterfly-like position. You may choose to use blocks underneath your thighs here. I find over time it can pull on the outside of the knees if you don't use blocks, but this is optional. If you have a bolster or a rolled blanket, you may want to put this at your tailbone lengthwise behind you as you slowly lean back onto the prop into reclined butterfly. Allow your arms to flare wide here, palms facing up. If you're not laying on a prop, then I encourage you to kiss your shoulder blades together to get some elevation of the heart and a gentle opening through the front of the shoulders. Invite a heaviness into the shoulders so that you may open further. And a weight into your hips. Perhaps you swallow to soften through the neck. On your next inhale, sweep your arms towards the back of your mat. Then bend into the elbows, cactus the arms. Check in and see where it feels best for your shoulders. You do not have to come into a perfect cactus 90 degrees. See where or how far your elbows bend that feels good for your shoulders. What helps to add to and intensify the stretch of the shoulders slightly. And even if your arms aren't on the ground, that's okay. Allow yourself to flow in space. If at any point this feels too intense, please release your arms back down, out from your sides. Release your fingertips towards the outside of your thighs. Help your legs back together. If you're on a prop, roll off the side. Move it out from underneath you. Release your spine flat to the mat. As we come into Shavasana, option to bring a bolster or blocks underneath your knees. And then get heavy into your mat once more. Widen your upper back into the ground. Take up as much space through this area of your body as you can. And fully release into the support of the ground beneath you. Let your head start to rock from side to side. Massage the back of the skull. Bring movement into your fingertips and your toes, your ankles and your wrists as you roll them out. And take a big inhale, stretch your toes and fingertips as far away from each other as you can. Exhale, sigh it out the mouth to release. Draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. And then roll over to your right hand side into fetal position. So you can push yourself up into a comfortable seat. We'll meet with our hands in prayer at our heart centers. Bow your head so your third eye meets your fingertips. And thank yourself for showing up on the mat today, for doing this act of self-love for your mind, body, and your soul. Lift your head back up. May you feel kind words. May you speak kind words. May you think kind words. Together, we bow forward and say thank you. Do you notice more length in your neck or openness, softness in your shoulders? Let me know in the comments below, and I can't wait to see you on the mat again next time. Bye for now.